It's the one and only Despotic, bringing you guys another gameplay commentary. This is Battlefield 4, playing a little domination of Rogue Transmission with the FAMAS. It's my second most used weapon with close to 3,000 kills. Ooh, I love this weapon. Complete domination. You feel as if no one in the game can beat you close range, and the FAMAS, it can edge people out long range as well. That's why it was so OP in Battlefield 3 until they severely nerfed it to the point where no one was using it. But anyway, this commentary is about some of the changes DICE has made, and a lot of people want to know like my sensitivity, why I play in that sensitivity for Battlefield, that kind of stuff I'll explain, and why I like this game, why I continue to play the game on console. I don't play it on PC, so I don't know what issues they're dealing with on PC, but they have made some changes that I found kind of hindered the game in terms of its net code. It was fine before they did all the patches to the net code, and maybe it was just a PC issue, but now it's become a console issue where, you know, I'm getting, especially the SCAR and the Ace 52 CQB. Those guns are almost always one-shotting me if they get a headshot, and I know it's because of the net code. If you guys don't know what that is, go ahead and take a look at it. You'll see, read up. I'm not an expert. The only thing I can say is it feels as if you're getting one-shotted when in fact they're probably shooting you with 4 bullets and you're hitting them with a lot of bullets and they're not dying and you're getting one shot. Things like that happen. So why I play on a 1 sensitivity, I'm not a 1, I play on a 16 sensitivity. Why do I play on that on Battlefield is because first shot recoil and vertical climb is where the problems are when it comes to, well, where the recoil really affects console players. PC players, I don't know, because they say compensating for vertical recoil is relatively easy, but on a console it's not. You know, we're on a 360 kind of swivel, and you know, it's always difficult to compensate. To me, it's better to compensate from left or right than it is to compensate from up, you know, up and down. So that's my issue. So I usually run angled foregrip, muzzle brake. I pretty much run it for everything unless a gun doesn't, like, I'm very, very particular about first shot recoil. I think first shot recoil is important. I would rather get my first shots on someone rather than waiting and missing that first shot and then following up. That's why I don't like to use stubby grip. I mainly use it with weapons that have really amazing first shot recoil control. Like the first shot recoil is low. It's to the point where it's like 1. Like the SCAR H. A lot of the light machine guns are that way, but they suffer a severe penalty if they move. And the vertical grip really doesn't help it at all. But that's what I usually run for most things. Like the FAMAS doesn't have as bad first shot recoil like the AEK. It's the first shot recoil in the FAMAS is pretty good, but the recoil in the FAMAS is pretty horrendous, and so I can compensate for it by using an angle foregrip and a muzzle brake. So that's what I don't use a compensator because that compensates for horizontal recoil, which I can account for, which I don't have any kind of issue with. I don't know if you guys are different, but that's just me, and that's why I use 16 sensitivity, because it allows me to make good turns but focus mainly on getting the drop, being able to finish the person off. That's why I use a lot of guns that have faster recoil. I'm sorry, faster fire rate. So that's the reason why I use that. But DICE has changed it a little bit. I guess on PC you can alternate. It's separate now. It wasn't all considered one thing. So in console, prior to the patch, I don't know if any of you guys know this, but the recoil was only based on, it wasn't aim down sight recoil was the same as your moving around. I'm sorry, sensitivity. It was the same as your moving around sensitivity. I keep saying recoil, but sensitivity. So if you aim down sight and your sensitivity is usually Oh wow, I got a text. I'm supposed to do this commentary, but there's a text. Text is more important right now. More important, yes. Okay, there we go. Answered. Boom, done. All right, so your aim down sight sensitivity versus your moving around sensitivity without aiming down sight. They weren't different. I thought they were, but they weren't. But now you can actually adjust it. So currently it stands. Now there's an option to change it, and it's at 100. I tried different, sensitivities, but one I found to be best is at 90 for the aim down sight sensitivity, and I still use 16 for my moving around. So it actually makes me a better player in terms of just being able to get on target and just destroying people. Some people opt for the, I'm more of a front load kind of person. I opt to try to kill the person the moment I meet them. Some people think of like, hey, I'll try to control it and then kill them with the last shots, and that's where a lot of people use the stubby grip or the potato grip. They're the same thing. So it controls your shot after your initial, your first shot. But I like to be able to just get on target, kill, and move on. And you have to be efficient when you're using guns with fast fire rates, because you never know when you'll drop 1 or 2 people, and then you have to reload, and you don't have enough time to reload. Plus, so that's the reason why I use the sensitivity. It allows me to get on target. I would advise you to use a lower sensitivity. It really helps you out with just aiming. And I can be honest with you, it makes you a better player, lowering your sensitivity and just focusing on getting on target rather than engaging multiple people. Some people think otherwise. For some reason, they like the fact that they can turn on somebody. Like, oh my God, I can turn on this person, and boom. But how often do you have to turn on someone versus being able to get your shots on target, killing them, and then moving on to the next guy because you have more bullets to spare. You're in a better situation, and that's how I deal with it. So keep that in mind. Now you might want to have your sensitivity at a different higher than my sensitivity. Great, just don't run into the lobby with me, because odds are I will drop you. So yeah, so that's one thing I kind of appreciate about DICE, that they really made that change. They also added vibration, the option to select off on vibration. That's the one thing I didn't like, to the point where I just went ahead and cut the wires that went to the Rumble pack on my Xbox One controller. But now there's an option to turn off vibration. I don't know why anyone that's serious in playing a first-person shooter would want to have vibration. For what so your controller is vibrating. I don't know if it's a comfort zone and it's like, it's that sugar pill and you feel as if like, hey, it's making you better, but it's not. In the long run, it will hinder your shot. It will really mess you up. So all the really good players take it off. All the veterans and advanced players take that thing off. If you feel as if, hey, it makes you a better player, I guarantee you it doesn't. So I keep that in mind. And a lot of the new, like, there's the new DLC coming out today. I think it's Dragon's Teeth. I don't know. That's it. And there's a gun, the Bulldog, that I'm really looking forward to using. I'm a premium member, so I'm looking forward to using that. And it's similar to the Scar H. It does 34 damage, medium, and it does 25 at a distance. So, and it has 700 rounds per minute, 700 RPM. So think about it in those terms. Like the Scar H has 600 fast reload. Then the next gun that comes close to it is the Ace 52 CQB, and those two guns are already banned from competitive. The whatever competitive they have for Battlefield. So I'm looking forward to that gun. One thing I'm kind of disappointed in, they've not, even though they added the ability to kind of rent a server. They haven't added the place, the situation where you can play different maps from different DLCs. You have to literally play. I mean, some people have done it, but it's more hardcore servers, and I don't like that. So hopefully, I mean, I don't know if I'll do it. I'm kind of cheap and lazy. I would rather have someone else do it and then promote their site or their server. And I did get kicked twice yesterday. Hey, it didn't say you couldn't use the FAMAS. The guy, I ran in there, dropped like 4 people. Next thing you know, kicked. Like, what the fuck? How do I get kicked? I played again, just running around with the FAMAS. I got kicked again. And they were running around with shotguns, Scar H, all that stuff. But hey, I got kicked. Come on, man. Anyway, this is the one and only Despotic. Deuces.
Don't see nobody. Nope, can't hit 20. What? Got 30? He's about to drop that 30. These kids suck though. We need a new lobby, son. I want to go against hundreds. I want to go against 80s and up, man. Not these freaking. Not 1 level 50s ahead. This is too easy. I can't find another lobby though.